kind of hard for me to admit that Burnout Paradise has been out for over a decade now, but I've got the chance to relive some of my favourite memories ever in gaming with Burnout Paradise Remastered. I remember very clearly getting the original game back in January 2008, I believe, and going into the city centre to pick it up, and just putting so many hours into it, so many incredible memories. The multiplayer was so much fun, the soundtrack, the visuals, the technology of the cars crumbling is still something that I think so fondly of. And one of the worst things is when you go back to it so many years later, even under a remastered state, it can kind of feel disappointing. That is 100% not the case with Burnout Paradise Remastered. All those incredible feelings and fun came back, and it didn't feel nostalgic. It felt like this was still one of the most fun, enjoyable, best feeling racing games there is out there. And the crazy thing about it is following Need for Speed Payback and the other Need for Speed games in recent years, Burnout Paradise feels to me a better game than any of them despite its age, and it proves that the arcade racing games still hit their pinnacle 10 years ago and have been struggling to catch up since. In Burnout Paradise Remastered you have all the DLC, including all the legendary cars, the mini toy cars, they're all there. You have Big Surf Island, which was a substantial area with some really great events. Like, it took all the greatness of the core Paradise game and just took it up to another level. The jumps are crazier, the events are crazier, everything was just brilliant. And just even playing the game again just made me realize just how much content there was in here. Now, the structure of sort of gaining your licenses, where basically you were given a map and you could pick whatever sort of series of events you want to complete to get your license, and that does still feel a little not stale but a bit tedious after a while. I think the biggest downfall of the whole game, and it still feels that way today, maybe so more now, is the races. The races have a predetermined endpoint. They'll have different start points. You might see in this video, you go up to every junction has an event, and to start the race you just hold the brake and accelerate at the same time. But in terms of the race events, there's like 8 different endpoints and there's no sort of track for you to get there, and the fact that there's so little endpoint means even if it's the start of the race is in various different places, eventually you'll just hit a road where it's just the same way to the end of the race over and over again, and that sort of is a bit dull. But here, other than that, it's still probably, it is, like, I'm not even going to say probably, it is still the best open world racing game there is on the market. And the fact that this has been remastered, it looks beautiful. I played on Xbox One X in 4K, whatever, looks incredible, but it made me feel like they did do some great things to it, but also how well stuff like the crumbling of the cars take, the control of the car, the weight you feel, the life feel in times, how everything just felt finely tuned to absolute perfection in my eyes. And I just couldn't put this down again, and it was like I was all the way back then 10 years ago, and here I am again going through it all again, and it's just as fun. And honestly, I would take Burnout Paradise Remastered over pretty much every open world racing game there's been in a while. It's just still that good.